I'm not sure if this is intended or a bug, but I've been noticing a lot of insanely fast deaths this wipe. Both players and bot scavs would shoot me in the side with a big bullet into my blacked or hurt arm, and my thorax will go down to 1 HP. Obviously, this happens when a bullet penetrates through your arm to tag your thorax. However, I'm not sure if taking full damage for both blacked limb bleed over and thorax is intended, because this would be the equivalent of getting shot twice. I tested black limb damage in a custom game and discovered 3 things that can happen. 1. Your bullet doesn't pen at all. It'll spread damage evenly throughout your body parts, but it'll never pen. 2. It will pen, but with a reduced amount of damage. And finally 3. It'll go straight through your arm, dealing both bleed over damage and full damage, causing a 1-hit kill or a near 1-hit kill. So what determines these 3 things? Penetration stats. Through testing, I noticed TCWSP at 30 pen will sometimes pen, but most of the time it won't pen, so our RNG % pen chance does exist. While BCP FMJ at 35 pen will pen, but with reduced damage. And M80 at 41 pen will go clean through everything, dealing practically full damage for both arm and thorax. This means your arms are approximately armor class 3. The strange thing is, once your thorax health gets low enough, the 30 pen TCWSP will start to deal thorax damage through arms. So thorax health is what determines whether or not a lower pen round will do thorax damage after penning a blacked arm. Your thorax health is what's essentially acting as armor durability. A near 0 pen flesh ripper round, 45 ACP rip in this case, will never pen arms, and it'll do the same amount of damage to all limbs until death. This poses a weird balancing issue, where some rounds like the 7.62x54 PS will one-shot you through a blacked arm on a full thorax health target, when it wouldn't have one-shot had it just hit your thorax. And that's the reason why some of our deaths felt abnormally fast this wipe. Normally when it comes to M80 against class 3, through damage reduction after armor pen, you'll be taking 74 damage to your thorax, so you would have a bit of leeway when it comes to not needing the full 85 thorax HP. However, if you have to take 11 damage into your thorax after blacked arm calculations along with the 74 damage to your thorax, this could lead to a 1-hit kill, which normally wouldn't happen with a full thorax. So how will this affect next wipe? Plate customization in hitboxes is being introduced near mid-wipe after the August wipe according to the roadmap. So after mid-August, we might have an exposed thorax right under our armpits. The majority of armors in the game will not cover arms until later levels. This may sound really scary until you realize, if blacked arm penetration stayed the same, your arms will act as class 3 armor, blocking nearly all early game rounds. The utopia everyone is imagining where big fat chads wearing a full kit will have this huge weakness against lower level players because a PSTGZH rat can just spray a Giga Chad in the sides. This scenario won't exist. You'll need around loyalty level 3 before rounds will go clean through your arms without reduced damage. At level 2 traders, you have 35 pen rounds like 7.6239 PS and BCP FMJ, which will 2 to 3 hit kill through arms, but they're shot through high recoil weapons. The negative effects of high recoil is especially noticeable early game with no mods and weapon handling levels. Everything else besides quest lock rounds like 85681 suffers from being blocked by arms. I actually prefer if it stayed this way, because that would mean I can still run around and be relatively safe against lower end ammo. However, this kind of defeats the purpose of plate hitboxes. And plate hitboxes is actually very exciting. If you notice in the teaser, you'll see right below your elbow is your stomach hitbox, leaving most of your thorax covered by your arms. I don't think it's a good balancing decision to give what's essentially a level 3 arm plate out for free at level 1 traders. But at the same time, getting arm thorax collateral one-shot by higher level rounds isn't fair either. Which leaves us with one simple solution. Just remove the armor class from arms, but make all penetration heavily reduce flesh damage. This way we won't ever feel like we're getting shot twice with one round, and the time to kill shooting someone in their sides will be fair throughout all trader levels. Unfortunately, this might have the opposite effect on flesh ripper rounds like 45 ACP rip. If we allow this round to pen, it'll do way too much damage even after damage reduction, but there's a simple solution for that too. Applying the same system, where a round under 20 pen cannot fragment, even though it has a 100% fragmentation chance, just make all rounds under 20 pen incapable of penetrating limbs. This makes sense because flesh ripper rounds are either designed to shatter on impact, or be so light that they won't pen anything. These rounds shouldn't be going through limbs anyway. As usual, I hope someone on the BSG balancing team finds this video. I'm not saying I'm qualified at all to make balancing decisions for them, I just want them to see this issue from my perspective, and they can form their own way to do things. Wrapping up this video, I know some of you might want me to cover the rest of the teaser. At first, I thought it was just going to be the same as our current head hitboxes, where visually, helmet coverage doesn't really matter. We have specific hitboxes like head eyes, head jaws, ears, and so on. So a TC2002 wouldn't cover half our ears, and it'll have the same coverage as a TC2001. But looking back at the teaser, if you look closely on the death screen where it displays where you were hit, your thorax does not have its own hitbox name. It's just thorax, meaning we actually have real hitboxes for plate carriers, not some band-aid fix placeholder thing we have with our current head and helmets. Running a larger plate carrier might actually have more coverage than a smaller one. Something low vis like Slick might have side gaps from the front also. If this is the case, we can assume the separate hitboxes for your head are all gone as well. No more magical head ears from the front, or head nape through a random thorax pen. We will actually have working helmet coverage. When it comes to loot and combat, hopefully you'll be able to swap out plates in raid, not because I want to play COD. It would just be nice to run the same carrier, but swap to your opponent's full durability plates after a fight. Because most fights where you're fighting head to head, you won't be shooting their rear plates. So you can replace your front plate with their fresh rear plate. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like the video if you liked it. Wipe is coming within a week, so sub for more videos like this one. Find my socials here. I'll probably be streaming most of my early wipe again, so stay tuned for that. And as always, thanks for watching.
How's he not dead? I'm dead. I think it's a different guy.
Oi.
Dude, where am I hitting? Like, I can't, I don't know. My side is literal death. It's probably another guy. It's probably another guy. It's not the same team.